Indumati ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Indumati ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is audible.
Okay, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Education is the birth of leadership. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is always sweet. Wishing you all a very happy and good morning. It is my great opportunity to welcome you all on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology for the 2 weeks international PDP on data science, a revelation of modern digital era, asked by the Department of Computer Science and Applications. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. N. Indumati, Assistant Professor MCA, to introduce our today's chief guest. Please, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone here. I deem it honor and a privilege in introducing our chief guest, Amar bin Aslan Bidang from Malaysia. Amar is a lecturer, Faculty of Engineering and Computer Technology, AIMS University in Malaysia. He is postgraduate, Awang Had Chalang Graduate School, University Utara in Malaysia. He is member Data Science Research Labs, School of Computing, University Utara in Malaysia. He completed his education in the field of information technology. Now he is doing his PhD computer science in UUM, Sintor, Malaysia. He have a teaching experience from various institutions in Malaysia like FSKM, UITM Perlis, FECT AIMS University, Malaysia from the period of 2011 to 2022. We have other working experience of research assistant, graduate research assistant, practical training student in FSKM, UITM Perlis, and SOC UUM Sintok in Malaysia. He published the various research papers in Scopus and SCA Live, Univariate Financial Time Series prediction using clonal selection algorithm, determining the impact of window length of time series forecasting using deep learning, matching financial year project topics with using stable marriage model, implementing graph coloring heuristic in construction phase of curriculum-based course timetabling problem. He got an exhibitor and a silver medalist in IRIA 2021. He participated in 3-minute thesis competition UUM level in the year of 2019. He's going to be conducting this session in the topic of data science in finance, challenges and opportunities. We are extremely happy to have such an eminent personality, Amit, with us today. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invite and gracious this occasion. Sir, I invite you to take over the session, please.
Thank you, ma'am, for the kind introduction. Actually, the privilege is mine. Thank you for inviting me for this lovely session. Is my audio okay?
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
All right. Okay. I've already shared the screen for the slides. Is it up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, good. So we can begin. Good morning to all. Greetings from AIMS University, Malaysia. Actually, here in Malaysia, we are already afternoon, but okay. So good morning. for this session topics, I've chosen the title Data Science in Finance and Challenges and Opportunity. All right, so okay, so this is about me have been lengthily introduced just now. Okay, so this is just the summary. Right. So about me, I have education in diploma in computer science. Okay, and then I did my bachelor in science, honors in information technology, and then I finished my master in science, also in information technology. And currently, I am a lecturer in Faculty of Engineering and Computer Technology, Ames University. Okay, and as mentioned before, I'm currently doing PhD, okay, in computer science. So that makes me a postgraduate in School of Computing, University Utara Malaysia. And I'm also a member of Data Science Research Lab, also in School of Computing, University Utara Malaysia. So that's just a little bit about me lah. All right. Next, I would like to share about Ames University. Okay, I'm going to play our corporate video. So let's watch it together.
So the audio is not coming. Ahmad sir,
Yes,
that audio is not coming, sir. Actually,
oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. So this is Zoom. Zoom. Okay, so okay, is how about now? Is the sound okay?
It's not yet.
I'm sorry?
It's not coming, sir.
It's not coming. Okay. This is the setting with presenter. Anyone can help? What should I do? Let me see, adjust.
So not an issue. You continue your session, sir.
Yes.
Not an issue, sir. You continue your session.
Okay. Okay, so we continue our session. Okay. Sorry for the technicality. Okay. So did you know that Southwest Airlines at one point was able to save $100 million by leveraging data? So they could reduce their plane's idle time that waited at the tarmac. So tarmac is the area where is the area in the airport where the airplane is being pulled up to the gate or being driven to the runway. So this company, okay, they collect the data and they did analytics and they reduce the idle time, okay, for each airplanes to be idle at the tarmac. So tarmac is at this area in the airport, and drive a change in utilizing their resources, because resources, as we know, is limited. So what our goal is, we should optimize our resources, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's space. Okay, so Southwest Airlines did just that, and they managed to save $100 million. So that is very huge amount of money. So okay, so that's the first scenario. Okay, the second scenario, okay, this is nasi kerabu. So nasi is rice, kerabu, I don't know what kerabu is English. So but basically this this rice is cooked with some leaves, okay, and then we mix the rice with fried shredded coconut, okay, and then we have also fish mixed with black pepper, scallop, and so forth. Right, so I'm not going to go into the detail of the recipe, just to give you like a basic picture of what it is. So it's just a rice that mixed with veggies and all the side dishes and all. Okay, so during my master, I actually sell this nasi kerabu. Okay, and so my technique for selling is, okay, let's say today I sell 10 packs. I provide 10 packs, okay, and it all sold out, right? So the tomorrow I will increase the number of packs, like 12 or 13 packs. But sometimes they are finished, but some other times they do not finish, so I have to finish all of them. Okay, so so this is just based on this technique is just based on hunch, you know, just like, oh, I think tomorrow people are going to buy this. Okay, so that is the second scenario. All right, so compared with the first scenario, okay, this is using data, this is collecting data, using data, doing the analytics and all that, and they managed to have quite a big impact. Okay, saving $100 million, that is huge. And comparing with this second scenario, which is a novice salesperson, okay, just using hunch, no data, no analytics, so forth. Okay, and it's based on luck lah. Okay, based on luck. So sometimes the rice sold completely. Sometimes there are leftovers. Okay, so is having data and doing analytics is enough? All right, so that's the question. To answer that, let's take a look at the third scenario. All right, so this is a tweet from Sam McQueen. All right, this is early this year, March 6, 2022. All right, he tweeted that the first Batman film was in 1960. The first reboot was in 1989. The second reboot in 2005. The third in 2006, and the fourth in 2002. All right, which, given sufficient extrapolation, suggests that by 2050 or so, there will be a new Batman reboot every 15 microseconds, which is highly unlikely to happen. So what happened here? This third scenario have data and it did the analytics. But the results, even the layman the layman can know that it's not logic, right? So this is why we need data science. So my point is, we need data science. We have the data, everyone can get the data. We have the technique, the method, the technologies and all. Anyone can use the data, but not everyone is skilled enough to come up with a good conclusion. Okay, so we don't want this. This third scenario is, we don't want this. The second scenario also, please do not repeat my mistake. This is what we want. Okay, using data science, it's like a knife. Okay, it's like a knife. Everyone can use a knife, but a professional chef can use it better than normal people. Okay, now we know why we need data science. Next, we need to understand what is data science. Now we know that, okay, data science is important. It can save us a lot of money. It can save us a lot of time. It can save our resources. But what is data science? So data science is the domain of study that deals with vast volumes of data. Okay, that's the first point. Okay, the first point is vast volumes of data, or simply big data lah. Okay, big data. Using modern tools and techniques. All right. So to find unseen patterns, derive meaningful information, and make business decisions. Okay. So the first scenario have all these 3 points. The airplane. The nasi kerabu one, my personal experience, doesn't have volumes, doesn't have data, doesn't use any techniques, just based on hunch. But we make I made business decision which goes south. All right, and the third scenario, it has data, even though it's not vast volume of data, but it has data and it used techniques, okay, to analyze the data. But unfortunately, it cannot derive meaningful information. So the information that it derives was rubbish, was unlogical. So that is why we need all these 3 components in data science. So data science use complex machine learning algorithms to build predictive models. So this is the output. Okay, this is the output that we want, a predictive models that we can input data. All right, and then it calculates it all. It do all the processes and provide us with a meaningful information or unseen patterns to make these business decisions. Okay, the data used for analytics can come from many different sources and presented in various formats. So if I'm sure some of the viewers are familiar with the term big data, so it looks like kind of like big data. All right, and presented in various formats is unstructured lah. Okay, unstructured. Okay, so that is data science. Now let's take a look at some of the example of data science activities. Okay, the first one, data science may detect patterns. Okay, pattern recognition in seemingly unstructured or unconnected data. So unstructured data is where the data format is different. So it's unstructured. Unlike Excel, okay, we are all familiar with Excel. So Excel is structured data. It's easy to process. But when it comes to data science, we are dealing with unstructured data because the data can come from anywhere. It comes from in multiple formats. So that's what makes data science difficult. All right, allowing conclusions and predictions to be allowing conclusions and predictions to be made. Okay, tech business that acquire user data can utilize strategies to transform the data into valuable or profitable information. All right. Okay, this is the end goal for every business lah. We want to make profit. Data science has also made inroads into the transportation industry. Okay, such as with driverless cars. It is simple to lower the number of accidents with the use of driverless cars. For example, with driverless cars, training data is supplied to the algorithm and the data is examined using data science approach such as the speed limit on the highway, busy streets, okay, and so forth. Data science applications provide a better level of therapeutic customization through genetics and genomics research. So we can see here, data science activities covers all area. Okay, we have transportation, we have biology, all right, and of course we have business and finance. So that is the first term in our topic, which is data science. Next, let's take a look at what is finance. So I'm sure everyone know what finance is, but I'm just giving the the formal definition. All right. So finance is defined as the management of money. Okay, simple, management of money, and includes activities such as investing, okay, borrowing, lending, budgeting, saving, and forecasting. All right. So there are three main types of finance. So we have personal finance, the one that we use in our home, right, in our family. And the next is corporate, in organization, in institution, university. Also, we have finance. And lastly is the public or government finance. So this is the biggest lah, okay, because it usually involve a huge amount of money. All right, and with many stakeholders. Okay, unlike personal, okay, usually the stakeholders, for example, like in our family, so the amount of money involved is not so high lah. All right, usually maybe just the income of the combination income of ourselves and our spouse. And the stakeholder, meaning the people that are affected by our decision, is not so much. Okay, usually like us, spouse, and maybe our children will be affected. So it's just a handful number of stakeholders. Okay, corporate is more than that. Usually the budget is more, the stakeholders is more, and public and government is the largest. All right, as I just told just now. So that is finance. Now let's take a look of some of the finance activities. Okay, so number one, investing personal money in stocks, bonds, or guaranteed investment certificates. So this basically is investing or trading. Okay, trading in stocks. All right. Next, number 2, borrowing money from institutional investors by issuing bonds on behalf of a public company. Right, so this is loan lah. Okay, like loan, borrowing money, loan. Like when we want to buy cars or we want to buy house, we have it calls loan, bank loan. Okay. Number 3, lending money to people by providing them a mortgage to buy a house with. Okay. So number 2 and number 3 is related lah, borrowing and lending. So usually when someone borrows, someone is lending, like that. All right, number 4, using Excel spreadsheets to build a budget and financial model for a corporation. Okay. Some corporation may be more advanced and use better tools than Excel, but basically most use using Excel. Okay. Number 5, the next one is saving personal money in a high interest saving account. So this is savings, different from investing. Number 1, okay, it's different because investing or trading, it has risk. Okay, very high risk. But saving personal money in high interest saving accounts, your capital is basically secured. You will not lose your capital, but we want to save in saving accounts that can generate us the highest interest. So that is the decision to make. And number 6 is developing a forecast for government spending and revenue collection. So we can the finance activity in the government or public level is forecasting how much a government spend. How much is a government going to spend for that year? Okay, in Malaysia, usually we have budget in October, I think. In October, usually we have budget for the next year. What are the budget allocation? And also the revenue. Okay, the revenue in terms of tax and so forth. So that is some of the some of the examples for finance activities. All right, so we have defined data science and we also have defined finance. Now let's put it together and let's take a look at data science in finance. So finance is one of the most critical sectors in the world. Okay, in the world. Everything we want to do, every other sectors like transportation, healthcare, education, what else? Military, all lah. Okay. Simply put, every other sectors in a government or in a company or even in our home, ourselves, everything will go back to finance. Okay, like people say, no money, no talk. No money, no talk. So whatever we want to do, we need to look at our finance. Okay, a simple example is like we want to buy furniture in our home. Okay, so that is a decision whether to buy which one, big or small, and so that. So we have to look at our finance. Okay, how much money are we willing to spend? So that is why finance is one of the most critical sectors in the world, and that is why I focus on finance because it's the backbone of other sectors. Okay, finance management used to require a lot of effort and time. Okay, but not anymore. Right. Using data science, now one can quickly analyze finance and make a better decision to manage finance. So that's the two main points for data science. Okay, we want things quick, we want things better. There's no point having a quick analysis. Okay, we can quickly analyze finance, but the decision is not that good, not that good. So we want it quick, we want it better. Okay, the use of data science in financial markets has helped the industry in many ways. Okay, many ways. So let's take a look. What are some of the applications of data science in finance industry? Okay. So the first one is risk analytics. So in any organization, in any company, in any government, or even in our home, we have risk, and we need to do risk management. And to manage risk, first we need to understand the risk. To understand the risk, it is through risk analytics. Okay, every company has some risk while doing business, and it has become essential to analyze the risk before taking any decision. Okay, risk management is the method by which the risk involved while doing business can be identified. Okay, we need to identify what are the risks, and then we need to assess. First, identify what are the risks. Assess is like when I worked previously, I did risk management, and we like put weightage, which risk will affect more to the business, which risk that we can accept. Some risk we can accept. If the risk is not too big, we can just ignore it. Okay, when it comes, we deal it. So that is first identify, second assess, and then we must measure. Okay, must measure the risk to control the risk. All right, to control a risk management, we have to identify, assess, and measure. Okay, risk management. The common example is fraud lah. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Loan. Okay, for loan. The past payment records of a customer must be studied, and then it must be decided whether the loan is to be paid to the customer or not. So a financial institute will study the customer financial records and so forth that before they can approve any loan. Okay, many companies now employ data scientists. Previously, maybe it's finance officer or something, but now companies employ data scientists to analyze the credit worthiness, okay, of a customer using machine learning algorithms to analyze the transaction made by the customers. So companies, finance institution are moving towards reading from the data and put it into a machine to be analyzed. So the companies just wait for the decision. Number 2 is real-time analytics. Previously data were processed and analyzed in batches. Okay, you can imagine in a bank, when one case comes, you have to open a folder, you put all the information there, and then you put on top of the desk of the officer. So when another case comes, you put that. So it in batches, and the officer need to go it one by one. So this is not real time. So this is really time consuming. Okay. And some cases, the information, the decision taken on historical data will not be very helpful or accurate when the data is like obsolete because the process is too long. Okay. So real-time analytics means a huge amount of data. Okay, now data science applications is real-time analytics, meaning we can process a huge amount of data, okay, and we can analyze it continuously. So it is a continuous process. The use of data science in finance makes the process much easier and faster. Okay. So that's real-time analytics. The next application of data science in finance industry is customer data management. So we have the company have customer and they collect the customer's data. But usually they just collect and store, all right? But in data science, data is everything. And the financial institution needs customer data for processing and analyzing the information, not just storing. Okay, not just storing. First we need to capture, then we need to store, then we need to process and analyze. Okay. The functioning of financial institution has completely revolutionized after the introduction of big data in the world of data science. Okay, large number of transactions and social media have contributed a lot to the variety and volume of data. Of course, even in one day, how many YouTube videos we watch, how many TikTok video we watch, how many Facebook posts we read. So that contributes a lot to the data being generated. So we need to manage the customer data. All right. Next, from the customer data management, we need to analyze our customer through customer analytics. So many financial institutions have consumer personalization as their major operation. They want to personalize the product, they want to personalize the service to the customer. Okay, with the help of data scientists, companies can gain insight into the behavior of consumers in real time. Okay, with the help of real-time analytics to make better strategic business decisions. So this real-time analytics combined with customer data management, we can have customer analytics. All right. Okay, from consumer analytics meaning we want to understand our customer. Okay, from consumer analytics, we can produce personalized service or personalized products. We understand our consumer or customer. We know what what they like. We know what they don't like. So we can adjust our service. We can adjust our product to meet their preference. For example, like I think you all saw this shop that that provide two types of trolley. Okay, one trolley is for those who require help from the salesperson, and one trolley is for those who want to shop without being disturbed by the salesperson. So that shows that the shop getting to know the customer. Okay, they know that some customer don't like to be disturbed. Okay, even though the shop feels that by providing a salesperson, they're actually helping the customer, but in the customer end, some customers, they prefer to not being disturbed. They want to do the shopping themselves. They want to take the time to explore all the items in the shopping shelf and so forth. So that's what why it is important to know the customer so that we can personalize the service or products. And the next one is financial fraud detection. Okay, so this is one of the major concerns of financial institution, fraud. Okay, as the number of transactions is increasing, it is also increasing the chances of fraud, because it's like when imagine in a lane, okay, if the lane is like three people, You can check one by one. You can take the time to check one by one. Okay, this good, this okay, this okay. But when the line is so long, you usually just like, oh, okay lah, okay lah, okay lah. Right. The same goes with financial transaction. Previously, financial transaction is many, but not that many as of today. So the the process can be very can take time to process the transaction. But now the transaction is very huge, very big. In 1 second, how many transactions the financial institution accept? So they need to have a better better strategy to detect fraud. So human cannot. Okay, human cannot. Human have limits. Human cannot detect fraud. So what we do, we change to machine, because machine can process information faster than human. And the last one is algorithmic trading. So that this is my favorite lah, algorithmic trading, because it's the title for my PhD. I'm doing PhD in algorithmic trading. So one of the essential parts of financial institution is algorithmic trading, which is used to compute complex mathematical formulas at lightning speed, okay, which helps in devising new trading strategies by financial institutions. So normally, okay, now the algorithmic trading is only being performed by institutions, okay, because they have the resources, they have the money, they have the equipment, the fast supercomputer and so forth, and they have the expertise. Okay. So what we want is algorithmic trading that is for public. Okay, the public can do algorithmic trading themselves. And of course, in algorithmic trading, for those who have experience in trading, time is very crucial, because the financial market move very quickly. If you miss 1 second, the stock market can plummet down and you lose money. So you cannot use historical data and take your time like 2 or 3 days to analyze, and then you make your decision to buy or sell. By that time, your data is already gone. There is another data that is more current, more relevant. So, okay, so these are some of the applications of data science in finance industry. Of course, other industry, they have other applications. So I'm just focusing on finance industry. Okay, so okay, up until now we have covered what is data science, what is finance, and as we can see from the data science, from the applications of data science, it seems like a very good thing, and it is actually is a very good thing. Okay, but of course, not everything is perfect. So same with data science, it has some problems. Actually, I do not like to use the word problems. Okay, I prefer the terms challenges, because emotionally, when you say problem and challenges, is different. Like say like when you see your friend, you say, okay, hi, how's it going? Oh, I have problem. See, the emotional is different. Oh, I have problem. Usually you put your hands on your head. Oh, I have problem. Okay, but different with challenges. Oh, what are you doing now? Oh, I'm solving some challenge. So it more positive compared to problem. So the word problem. So this is just personal preferences. Okay, this is just my, I feel like that. Yeah. So that's why I prefer to use the word challenge. Okay, so let's see what are the challenges that data science have. Okay, the first one is multiple data sources. So multiple data sources is actually a good thing. Okay, that's what makes data science successful. Okay, uh, from one of the components of data science, which is big data, it relies on multiple data sources. Okay, it's a good thing. It what makes data big data science data science, but it is also a challenge. Why? Okay, because okay, um, when uh, when when the data comes from multiple sources, first what happens? The volume will increase exponentially. Okay, boom, volume. Second, velocity. What is velocity? The speed. Okay, the speed of the data. Imagine you have one source just coming from one source compared to 10 or compared to 20 or compared to 100. So the velocity of the volume of the data that comes to you will also increase exponentially, will increase a lot. Okay. And okay, so first volume, second velocity, and third variety. Variety means it comes from in all shapes and sizes and format. A simple example is, let's say you have two phones, one iPhone and one Android. Okay, if you have iPhone and Android, you will know what I mean. When you want to transfer data to your PC, from phone to PC, okay? So Android will use different file format. For example, like if picture, the Android will use PNG or JPEG, JPG. Compared to iPhone, it has its own format. I think HEIC, high efficiency, something like that lah, which is not compatible or at some machine. It's not compatible. You cannot open. I think HEIC iPhone, right? iPhone, when you took picture, it has its own um, file format. So similarly, when it comes from the multiple data sources, you will have the same problem, variety, and also veracity. Veracity is how much you can trust the information, the data that comes. Okay. All right. So you want to have multiple data sources, but you you will have problem identifying the data is valid or not. So that is the four V's of, actually what I mentioned just now is the four V's of big data. Okay, which occurs from multiple data sources. So that is the first challenge of data science. Multiple data sources. It's a good thing, but it also make it challenging. All right. Second is data security. Of course, data science, its backbone is data. Okay, data science is data. And data needs to come from people, needs to come from machines, needs to come from what we call sensors. Okay, like IoT, we have all these sensors all here and there. Okay, so that will raise the concern in terms of data security, because people they don't want to, they feel reluctant to share their um the personal data. For example, like tracking, when using Google Map, okay, they track your movement. So people usually not comfortable to share that. Or when you check in hotel, when you check in flight, okay. So that is the challenges, data security. Because more data meaning more exploit can be made by the irresponsible people. And according to Verizon Data Breach Investigation Report, in 86% of breaches in 2020 were financially motivated. Okay, the rest maybe I don't know, personal 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 motivation lah. Alright. So information theft is the most common data security concern, because when you have information, you can do all sort of things. Okay. And especially for organizations that have access to sensitive data, like financial information or customers' personal information. So with the increase in the amount of information exchange over the internet, the threat to data traveling over the network has increased exponentially. Hence, companies need to follow the three fundamentals of data security, so which is confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility. Okay. All right. The third challenge in data science is lack of clarity on business problem. Okay. What it means is that the data scientist should study the business challenge for which to implement data science solutions. Okay, it's not one solution for all problem. For all challenge. Okay, it's called free lunch theorem. Free lunch theorem states that every problem, okay, every problem needs to have a different problem needs to have different solution. You cannot have like one silver bullet which can solve all the problems. So that is the challenges. Okay, and that is why you need data scientists to understand the business problem. Okay, also one of the challenges also in terms of communication, because business people have different background, data scientists have different background. So when they want to communicate, sometimes they have miscommunication. So it's difficult to get clarity on the business problem. What actually is the business problem? Maybe in the business aspect, it says the problem is something. But for data scientists, when they hear the explanation from the business owner, it says the problem is actually in this. Okay, I think some of you might have that experience. So lack of clarity in business problem. And the next challenge is undefined KPIs and metrics. So KPIs is key performance index and metrics. This is also a challenges and communication between two different group of people with different background also contribute to this challenge. Okay, for example, like when we evaluate an algorithm, there are many matrices we can use. Okay, and different problem require different matrices. For example, like I'm doing time series. So time series, you cannot use what? Like time series, we have different metrics. For classification, we have different metrics. Okay, so the data science have all these selection of matrices to use, right? But data science need to understand the business to correctly select which metrics can we use to evaluate the algorithm, the models that we produce, because some metrics maybe give high accuracy, but it's the wrong metric, so no point. Okay, I hope you can differentiate between business problem is the like the problem, the input, and KPIs and metrics is the output. Okay, and the fifth one is difficulty in finding skilled data scientists. So talent shortage is another issue in data science, right, that companies are facing. Business often struggle to find the right data team with in-depth knowledge and domain expertise. Okay, domain expertise. And if you familiar with T expertise, T the okay, let me change the T. Okay, T here. So this is the knowledge. All right. So what we want is T knowledge where you have one area that you are expert. You know the area deeply. Okay. But you also know other areas, but not so deep lah. Just like basic knowledge you still have. Okay. Nowadays, what we have is this one. We have talent that are talented in many area but no expertise. Okay, this is called apa? What we call? Sorry, I cannot remember the term. There in English there has this one like saying, master in none. I know the second part is master in none. Jack of all trade, master in none, something like that lah. Meaning, you know a bit of this, but you don't have expertise. So this is the challenge now. We need some. Also, we don't want also this one. This one we don't want. Also, we also don't want this. Okay, we don't want talent that is knowledgeable, very knowledgeable in one area, but have no knowledge at all at different area. So this is not good. This is not good. So what we want is this one. It's called T expert, something like that. Sorry, I cannot remember the exact term because it shaped like T and it represent area of knowledge. You need to know a little bit of everything, but you need to also have expertise in something. All right. So let's erase this. Okay. So that's difficulty in finding skilled data scientists. And lastly, getting value out of data science. Because when we use machine, okay, so machine like robots, we say that they don't have feelings, they don't have emotion and so forth. All right. So the challenge is getting value out of data science. Even though we're using machine, but we can still get value. What are the values? All right. Depending on the business case, right data sets as well as robust machine learning and artificial intelligence models, you can get abundant value out of your data science project. For example, understanding customers, right? So that's value. It shows that you have personal connection with your customers. Even though to understand that customers, you use machine. Okay, you use machine, but it's just a tool. Okay, at the end, you want to understand the customers so that you can have like a better relationship with the customers. Okay, the second is targeting the right customers. So this is important. It's like hard sell. Okay, if some of the viewers have experience in marketing, you know what hard sell is, meaning we just go blindly. We just contact all the person in all the people in our phone. We call without actual target. So that will take resources in terms of time, but the result is not so good. Okay, so using data science, you can target the right customers. All right. Which this targeting the right customers. Okay. If you see Facebook, you see YouTube or Netflix, okay, they are using this. They are targeting the right customers. They collect your watch history. For example, like Netflix. Netflix, they collect your watch history, which movie that you like and so forth, and they will promote movies that are similar to the not similar but related based on data. The data says, okay, if one person watch this movie, he will also enjoy this movie like that. Okay, because Netflix, their business goal is to make you subscribe longer, so they need to make sure you enjoy using the product. Okay, how to enjoy? By suggesting to you movies or TV series that you like lah. Okay. The Netflix will not just randomly put any movies on the home screen. No, no, they won't do that. Okay, they will not. That won't help their business, because we have a lot of movies in the Netflix. So they need to target. Okay, they need to target. Okay, and next value is improving the quality of products. Okay, so this is also a value that the business should take. Okay, improving the quality of products. You need to provide the best products, the best quality of products to your customer. Okay, and also making teams more effective. Okay, because when we have when, for example, like targeting right customer, so we have strategy. We have clear strategy based on data, so the teams will be more effective and more efficient, meaning using just a little resources like time, or just calling 10 person, you can get 3 client. No, turnover is, you contact 10 prospect. You contact 10 prospect, you will get 5 client. So that's 50% turnover. All right. So your team will be more effective. Instead of contacting 100, only get 1. So that's not effective. That's not efficient. That is very labor intense, time consuming, and so forth. So that's not good. Right. So that's the challenges. Okay. So now that we have all these challenges, what can we do? We can complain about it, which is not advisable, or we can take advantage. Okay, because every challenges, actually the original saying is every problems comes with an opportunity, right? So I'm going to change, every challenges comes with opportunities. So let's take a look. What are the opportunities we can get from data scientists? So we have seen the challenges. Okay, so data scientist is good. Okay, but okay, it has some challenges, right? So these challenges is actually opportunities. And if you are a businessman, you have business-minded man or woman, you should think like that. When you see a problem, you don't go report to your friends, oh, this is problem, oh, I see this one, like that. You should see, oh, what can I do to solve this problem? Because business is just problem solving. And when you when you can solve problem for people, people will pay. People will pay you for solving their problem. Some might pay more, some might pay less. That one is different topic. But if you can solve problem, uh, you will get the financial benefits. All right. So what are the opportunities from data science? Now we already know that data scientists are good. Okay, a good data scientist is hard to find. Okay, this one, difficulty in finding skilled data scientists. Difficulty in finding skilled data scientists. So when difficult, what does it mean? It means that not many data scientists is skilled. So basic supply and demand rule, when demand is high, so all the organization is looking forward to implement data science, machine learning and all that. So meaning the demand is high, okay, but the supply is low, okay, because the organization said they have difficulty to find good skilled data scientists. So what happened when demand is high but supply is low? The price is high, right? So the price is high. So that is opportunity. So you take this opportunity, you train yourself, you become an expert in data science, right? In data science, become a skilled data scientist, all right? And then you can have a high paying job demand. Okay, right. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at average data scientist salary in Malaysia. So based on this pay scale, okay, 1 year, 57,000 ringgit. Okay. So 1 month, how many? 57,000 divided by 12. So around 4,750, which is more than my current salary. So that's the average, meaning some are less, some are more, but that's quite good lah. Okay, that's quite good. So this is average data scientist salary in Malaysia. Now let's take a look at in India. Okay, in India, sorry, I don't know, is this many or not? At 873,000. Okay, 874 lah. 874,000 Indian rupee per year. Okay, so you decide. Decide, is it high or low? All right. The second opportunities is data science is a new field that is constantly growing and evolving. Which means, okay, what does it mean? It means that you will have a future-proof career. Okay, that's what you want. Because getting back to the first point, you want to be an expert. To be an expert, you need time, right? Time to learn and all that. Okay, and you don't want to invest your time like 5 years or 10 years, and then by the time you graduate, your expertise is no longer useful. So you don't want that. Luckily, data science is a new field that is constantly growing and evolving. It's a new field and it has future. So you will have a future-proof career if you decide to go for data scientist. We all have witnessed that during the pandemic, COVID-19, okay, so many people lose their job. Okay, even those who are in glamorous sectors like airlines or hotels, they were being let go, and now they sell here in Malaysia. They sell nasi lemak. Nasi lemak is a type of rice lah. Okay, type of rice. So that's what happens during pandemics. Okay, some occupations are said to be replaced by robots and machines. This is another issue. Some occupations are said to be replaced by robots and machines, like data entry clerk, for example. Even accountant, I read somewhere that it is going to be replaced by robots and machines. Okay, sure. Robots and machine can automate some tasks, but who are going to program and maintain that robots and machine? So the answer is data scientists. Yes. So that's the opportunities. Okay, I want you to look. Don't worry if you are now, for example, like in office management field, where you will graduate and become data entry clerk. Don't be discouraged. You just need to uh, learn new skills. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is the lens fintech, okay, financial technology map, latest one 2020 for Malaysia. So you can see all this. Actually, the total is how many? 294 fintech companies in Malaysia. Okay, this looks many because some of them are in different categories. Okay, so this is the opportunities. Okay, this is the future. This is the opportunities that you should grab. All right. And as I mentioned before, you find a problem, you solve, and then you like this one crowdfunding. We have two organizations from crowdfunding. Okay, so I also searched for India's fintech startup landscape. So you also if we see here in India also have many fintech startup. All right, so it's everywhere in Malaysia, in India, in US. Okay, right. So the third opportunities is data science is applicable to almost all sectors. So this is also a huge opportunity for data science. Okay, so data science don't have to worry about certain sectors going down because their skills are so versatile that they can adapt to most of the sectors. Okay, again, during pandemic, almost all sectors went down. But what do you still see during the pandemic? Data. Every day in the news or social media, the statistic of cases are being published. Even now, the number of cases are still being broadcast. How many cases today? How many cases? So that is data and data science. Okay, applicable to almost all sectors. So this is from TechVid1. Okay, big data application. So big data, you can also it's a component of data science. So applications in different sectors. You can see, of course, banking and finance. They really like data science. Healthcare. Okay, like during pandemic, we can see that the data science is being applied in healthcare to trace the COVID infection. Education also using data science, government, retail, of course, transportation, and also insurance. So insurance, of course, they need to analyze the application to approve or not. And the last final opportunities is discovery of new technology. Right. So discovery of technologies. So this is related to the security. Is where the security challenge. Okay, because people don't want to share, but they want to have something. For example, like internet. Okay, internet. sorry. sorry. People want to get connected. Okay, but they don't want to take the risk of virus or something like that. So what I tell people, usually I say, if you the best security is no connection at all, because once you connected to internet, you are open to risk. Okay, you are open to threat. Like when you are going out from your home. Okay, when once you step outside your home, there will be threat. Okay, if you want to be safe, stay in home. But at home, there are also other risks. Okay, so what we do, we need to balance, right, between security and other things like phone, like our phone. We lock our screen. Is it convenience? Every time you want to use your screen, you need to unlock? No, of course not. You want to just pick up and straight away use, but you fear about the security of the information in your phone. So you put lock screen, either is pin or slide pattern or thumbprint or facial recognition. So from the security challenges, what opportunities arise is discovery of new technologies. And I just give you example of evolution of phone security. So we can see all days we have pin, okay, pin number. We lock our phone using pin number, and then we have pattern, okay, pattern. Then this is the new technology, okay, thumbprint scanner. Okay, so we just touch the button here with our thumb and it will unlock. We don't have to memorize pin. We don't have to memorize pattern. And now we don't even have to touch any button. We just pick up our phone and face it to our face. Okay, face recognition. And of course, when you want to use your phone, of course you are going to face the phone to your face, right? Okay, so it's like a natural experience. You pick up, you see your phone, or the phone is automatically on, switch on. Okay, so that is the opportunities of data scientists. So that's the end of my presentation. So if you have any questions, if you have any like maybe also can do collaboration ideas, something like that. So this is my contact number, right? And you can also Google my account, Google's call. Okay, you can also Google's. I have. You can also view my Google Scholar account and also LinkedIn account. Just search Ammar Azlan, AMMARAZLAN, and you will find my profile. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Participants, if you have any queries, and I enable that and ask your doubts. Dear participants, do you have any queries? You can post it in the chat window, or else you can unmute and ask your queries. Okay, I hope there is no doubts. I think so. Everyone is clear about that the session, today's session. Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay,
And
thank
now
you
I
for
would like
having me.
to, yeah, now I'd like to invite Mrs. Kanchana, Assistant Professor MCA, to propose the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am. Kanchana, ma'am, can you hear me?
Sudha ma'am?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
start, ma'am. Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, audible.
Good morning, everyone. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram Campus, Department of Computer Science and Applications, we thank our management for giving the opportunity to conduct the event like this. I thank our chief guest, Mr. Amar Azlan, lecturer, AIMS University, Malaysia. Thank you, sir, for your valuable information. I thank our director, dean, and vice principal academic for their support to conduct the event. I thank our HOD and BP admin of Science and Humanities for providing continuous support in all aspects. I thank the coordinators for organizing the event like this. I thank all my colleagues for their continuous support, and I thank all the participants for their own interest and participations. Once again, thank you, one and all.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thanks for the time it's spending with us. And dear participants, I posted the feedback link in the chat window. Kindly fill it up. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you once again.